Welcome to the weekly Growl, where bold conversations meet good coffee. Every Tuesday night, Bayou goes live to talk men's grooming, mental health, coffee, culture, and the gear that actually matters. No fluff, no filters, just real talk. This is the show that keeps it raw, bold, and unapologetic. So grab your mug, let's growl.
Okay, we're trying this again. And boop, ba-doop, boop. I don't know if I got it. And I'm waiting to hear if my producer over there in the other room can hear me. Yeah. All right. What about now? Okay, there's the audio. All right. All right. Okay, folks. My apologies. Oh, man. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that. Too much sun. Yeah. Oh, thank you for popping in. Yeah, I was sleeping there. I'm a little burnt. Okay, I'm a lot burnt. Yesterday was my birthday, and we were concerned about there being too many people down at the pool. So we did a breakfast yesterday morning. And then I may or may not have been in the sun for too long. I got in the pool, I guess, about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Didn't get out till about 4:30. And I got a little bit of sun. Not feeling totally 100%, but didn't want to leave everybody hanging. And man, this kind of sucks because I did actually have a pretty good stream prepared for you. Obviously, I don't have a guest. Don't even have my co-host. But well, there's going to be. Heck, I'm not even sure. I got something planned for next week, but hey, I'm looking at something on my computer that I had. Here we go. All right. So I will attempt to try to do some of this, or do you guys just want to ask me questions and I'll answer? But, well, I can solve this problem. Give me just a moment. And this is just called the art of winging it. And I can wing it sometimes. Oh, man. I got a button that's popping out on this remote. Well, it'll be all right. Yeah, so let's take a look and see what I can do here. And, Ellie's here. Well, Ellie has her own sound effect greeting as soon as I can find it. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yes, it does. It looks painful. And yes, as a matter of fact, it most certainly is. Just a wee tad. And
howdy, partner.
There we go. Yeah. So, anywho, as I'm moving right along, slowly but surely, wanted to talk to you folks about a show topic that I came up with. Well, actually, I didn't come up with it. My good friend ChatGPT produced this after I asked him enough. And oh, by the way, Ellie,
Dave's not here.
I made that sound effect up just for you, Dave, and for any other Daves out there. But Yeah. So, show topic tonight, winging it here, but it's the true cost of grooming. Why men spend more or less than you think. And tonight we're going to look at men's grooming, coffee habits, and lifestyle purchases compared to women. Break a few myths and then call out marketing tricks and highlight where men are overpaying or under-investing in themselves. And obviously, all you folks in the audience know what I'm talking about because you folks spend money just like I do, and we all do. And you know that here's the numbers to start it off. The average U.S. man spends $244 per year on grooming products, while women spend $375 to $500. Now, where did they get these numbers from? I don't know. But those are some facts and figures, apparently. And you know, the beard care market, we know about the beard care market. It is booming. Every time you turn around, you're seeing and are hearing about a new beard care company. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's a good thing for us, you know. But we got more and more people that are entering the game. And in 2023, that's the last year that we have figures on it. But thank you for stopping by, Dave. I really appreciate it. Last year that they have the numbers for it, in 2023, the beard care market was valued at $24.1 billion. And I don't think that's even counting the small batch creators out there, makers out there, which, you know, they're, like I said, there's one popping up every minute, and for every one that closes, two more pop up. And they projected the volume to hit 43 billion by 2030. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. But we move along. Now, for coffee, the average American spends $92 a month. That's over $1,000 a year on coffee. Men slightly more than women. Yeah, this is true. I mean, just last week, one of the guys I talked to on a Tuesday morning, he said, yeah, I was going to go get my coffee on the way over here, but I just decided to drink the coffee here. Well, yeah, that lends more credence. People go out for coffee. Now, let's see. Men spend 7 minutes on average shaving and grooming facial hair daily, over 42 hours a year. Yeah, I'll probably spend a little longer than that. You folks probably do the same thing. Now, here's where the paradox comes in. Men are more likely to say they're low maintenance, but subscription beard oils, premium coffee, gym memberships, and gadgets add up. And they add up fast. And most men don't realize that. They just say, oh, I'm low maintenance. Whoa. No, you're not. Now, is grooming an investment in confidence or just another consumer trap? Well, I like to think that it is an investment in confidence, that it's not a consumer trap, because ever since I started using beard products, when my beard got a little longer than down here, I started using beard care products, and I noticed the better I took care of my beard, the better I took care of myself. And, you know, kind of a pride thing, I guess. So anyway, the product reality check here is, do premium oils and balms really outperform cheaper alternatives? Yes and no. All right, Mark, see you next week. I promise, guys, next week I'll be on time and have a better stream for you. But yeah, do the premiums outperform? In some instances they do, but in other instances they don't. You know, it's kind of hit or miss sometimes. And, there's a common myth out there like beard oil makes your beard grow faster. And there are even companies marketing beard oil that, growth serum, growth oil, beard growth, whatever. And no, y'all, you folks know this. I know this, but these statements have not been verified by the FDA, et cetera, that kind of stuff. And there it is, But anyway, and why men ignore skin health, even though beard health is tied to it? Because most of them are lazy. And I'm not talking about any of you, but I'm talking about guys. No, I don't want that stuff. I've offered products to friends and family members who have beards and like, oh no, that takes too much time. And your beard looks like shit. Well, I don't care. I put some soap on it in the shower. Well, you're on your own. The heck with you. And it boggles my mind, but I digress. Now, why do men ignore skin health even though beard health is tied to it? Well, I just covered it because they're lazy. And my older brother, Ziggy with it. He just didn't want to work for it. And, you take pride in your appearance, you'll start taking pride in yourself and pride in your life. Now, going to hitting the coffee and grooming parallel. Specialty coffee versus gas station coffee. Beard oil versus drugstore beard conditioner. It's not a good parallel because gas station coffee can be just as good as specialty coffee. Around here we have racetracks. Racetrack gas station got some pretty good coffee. Up northeast, you got Wawa's. Wawa's has good coffee compared to other places. Whereas beard oil versus drugstore beard there's anything. I'm not going to say anything you buy at the drugstore is not good, but there are brands that that they sell at the drugstore and at the big box stores that when you don't know, you don't know. When I first started using products, I didn't know. And unless somebody would have told, if no one had told me, I still wouldn't know. And I was wasting my money. But I learned, fortunately, I was blessed and lucky enough that I won a giveaway on a live stream. And that's when I got my first real products from small batch manufacturer. And that's when I found out that, hey, it not only does it smell good, but my beard feels good. I thought it was just all about the smell. Didn't realize that my beard could be nice and soft. And it's right on the crunchy. Even though I put oil in it, I need to probably strip it of the water from the pool. And looking at my talking points here, it says that, Racetrack does have surprisingly good coffee. I guess it's because it's ground freshly for each cup. Yeah, and folks, a little something you wouldn't believe, you wouldn't know. The very best fast food restaurant coffee. It's not Mickey D's. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box has great coffee. Love it. When I was driving for a living, if there was a Jack in the Box along the way, I was stopping to get some coffee. Now, why is that thing wanting me? Oh, I must have hit the wrong button. Yeah, It happens. But thanks anyway. Yeah. Now, I think I already covered why men avoid calling it self-care because, the younger generations aren't as, I don't want to say bad, but not as bad as we are, Gen X and older, because stigma versus reality, modern masculinity embraces looking sharp. We grew up with, you fell down, you got hurt, rub some dirt on it, let's go. And you woke up in the morning and your hat looked like your hair was out of place, you put a hat on, boom, done. It wasn't, the only time you looked halfway presentable was to go to church on Sundays. The rest of the time, we were all just slobs, and it was considered normal because men aren't supposed to look good, or so we were told. And, a lot of things have really been changed over the years because we're finally finding out that, hey, a guy who takes pride in his appearance, he may just take pride in other things in his life. So my friend over here, ChatGPT, wants to know, are beard products the new cologne scam? No, I don't think so at all. And never thought cologne to be a scam. Don't agree with me? Debate me. Put yourself in the audience. In fact, I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to post the link here as soon as I remember how. If you want to come debate me. And what's up, Mr. President? All right, there we go. Paste and enter. But yeah, I don't know about cologne being a scam, but beard products are not a scam. Believe you me. And does a man with a $5 beard oil look worse than a man with a $50 beard oil? That's dependent, actually, because, the $5, I don't know where they're coming from with a $5 beard oil. I don't know. Has anybody in the audience ever seen $5 beard oil? I know I sure haven't. And maybe you have. I don't know. But I certainly have not seen $5 beard oil. But anyway, I'm having technical difficulties over here. Oh, yeah. But a $5 beard oil, I guess we could make a better comparison, a more realistic comparison. The $14 beard oil. You guys know what I'm talking about? Retro beards? Now, $14 beard oil, retro beards versus, I don't know, man. I've seen crap on Etsy going for $30 a bottle. Now, I know for a fact that retro beard oil at $14 is very, very good product. Now, this crap on Etsy that the price is jacked up on, I don't know anything about that. And I don't plan on trying it not because it's on Etsy, but because of the price. And, it's just like the whole debate about pew-pews. There are snobs out there that think their $1,000 pew-pew is so great, but hey, man, my $150, my $200 pew-pew, when I pull the trigger, it goes bang, just like the $1,000 one. Well, beard products are the same way. Well, not all, but you know what I mean. And anywho, another question, is coffee more of a grooming ritual than a caffeine delivery? Well, I've never thought of coffee as a grooming ritual. It's just something that is a must-have each and every day. And if I don't have my coffee, mainly, i.e., my caffeine, because I stopped drinking sodas a few years ago. So, yeah, I need my caffeine. And do men actually spend less than women? Or are we just getting ripped off differently? Well, I don't think we're getting ripped off. And, okay, well, maybe at the freaking places, what's the word here? I want to say, oh, the coffee places. We may be getting ripped off because you could save a whole lot of money by making your own coffee at home. Now, could you make it all fancified with the froth milk and the whipped cream and the, well, if you're really, really hardcore into it and want to do it, then yeah, you can make it you can make it better because you made it yourself at home, and it's a whole lot cheaper, man. It's a whole lot cheaper because the numbers that I was given here, I don't know what they're factoring in, but I've been to one of those coffee houses, and the national chain. I don't support them anymore because they're way too liberal for me. But and I've seen people ordering $10 and $15 cups of coffee. Dude, a freaking cup of coffee, for crying out loud. $10? Dude, and then there's not even free refills. I go to the diner and I get a cup of coffee for $2.50, and it's a bottomless cup. Man, they just keep on pouring. As long as the cup's empty, they pour it. And damn, oh man, okay. I'm going to get off my soapbox, and just say that I don't get it. Maybe some of you get it. I don't. Explain to me if you do. And yeah. Now, there's changing gears again. There's simple beard care routines for under $20 a month. Where? I don't know. Well, some folks only use oil. Some folks only use balm. Some folks only use butter. So, yeah, you could potentially have you a beard care routine for under $20 a month. And you could have a coffee routine for definitely under $20 a month. Okay, now what's that's got to be Romy. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying over here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Tea is the same price. Yeah, cheaper and tastier. Last time I bought coffee with cream and sugar, got a black coffee, and I'd been sitting at room temperature for a while. Wow. Yeah, well, you go to the fancy places, the coffee's going to be hot. And yeah, get a $4 frappe. We know about it, Ziggy. You're in freaking Malaysia. And your stuff is all dependent upon the currency exchange and the value of the dollar. So going back to what we were talking about. Now, are there coffee hacks that could save you money, but keep your ritual intact? Of course there are. And I just touched on it. I drove it down that you can do this at home, and it's a whole lot cheaper. Now, if you have money to burn, dude, make your coffee at home and take that. I'm going to be very, very minimalistic here and say $5. Take that $5 bill and you put that in a jar and see how much money you have at the end of the month. You can buy all the freaking coffee beans you want, or you can buy all the ground coffee you want, and you'll still have a lot more money left over. Now, I'm looking through my notes. Yeah, I have. Okay, now here's a crazy note. Okay, I've already touched on the coffee hack. This thing is telling me drop a couple of money-saving hacks for both do-it-yourself beard oil and at-home coffee hack. Okay, I already spoke about at-home coffee. Now, do-it-yourself beard oil, I highly recommend against trying that because not everybody has as much of a scientific mind. So, yeah, that could turn out really bad and really harm your skin, because there's certain things that you shouldn't put on your face in mass quantities. You can get away with it in small quantities, but don't try to learn the hard way. The beard companies, these small batch companies, they've tested all of their stuff, and they've seen what works and what doesn't work and what burns like fire. And some of it does, believe you me, and what feels good. So I wouldn't do a do-it-yourself beard oil unless you've really, really done your homework. And you think that maybe you're ready to get into the beard care industry. But that's that. Smash that plunger on that press. Oh, okay. Yeah, French press. I have never tried it. Someday I will, I'm sure, if I learn how to do it properly. But until then, and yeah, Brewer has really enlightened a lot of us about coffee and how to prepare it and so on and so forth. And yeah, thank you to Brewer for that, for the information. Now, we're talking. Now I'm gonna dive off into another direction. Masculinity and self-care. Okay, why don't men call it self-care? Well, I do call it self-care. So, but macho men don't call it self-care. They just, I'm gonna look okay. Self-care. Oh no, that's for sissy boys. I'm far from being a sissy boy. I totally agree. And there's nothing wrong with being a sissy boy. But, when you're 6 feet tall and weigh 265 pounds, I don't care what you do. You're not going to be considered a sissy boy. You can dress how you want and do whatever you want. And odds are you're still not going to be considered a sissy boy. But, yeah, and we call it self-care. And, yeah, confidence, mental health, and routine equals grooming as grounding. Yeah, because it is part of your mental health. Because if you feel like crap about yourself all the time, you're not going to take care of yourself. And I speak from personal experience. If you're caught in the doldrums of being in a really bad rut, you stop showering or bathing. You stop putting on clean clothes. I mean, you stop doing a lot of things. And if you incorporate a self-care routine into it, even if you don't have a beard, if you just decide every morning, damn it, I'm going to get up and I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to get dressed. Well, you're going to notice it won't take very long at all that you'll start noticing you're feeling a little bit better. And every day, man, you're looking in the mirror, you're brushing your hair, combing your hair, your beard, whatever. You start looking, it's like, hey, that person looks pretty good. And yeah, it helps a lot with your mental health. And I would recommend it to anyone, whether you have a beard or not. Just, set a goal. Okay, in the morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to get dressed. And hey, I might even put on a little bit of cologne or perfume. And even if that's all you accomplish for the day, you've accomplished a goal. And don't poo-poo on small goals. No goal is small. Don't poo-poo on it because, it's not really much of an accomplishment. For some folks, it is. It really is. This is my accomplishment for today. I got up, and even though I was late, I came to do the live stream, and already I feel better. I was feeling bad, and already I feel better, if not physically, mentally, because I'm doing this, and it's something I enjoy doing. So that's my take on it. Uh, if you disagree with me, well, then you're just you. And it's your right to disagree with me. Now, want to ask everybody out here, and this time I'll actually be looking at the comments. Is beard oil just snake oil with fragrance? What do you think? I think that it's not. I mean, unless you're selling a crappy product, but dude, who wants to buy crappy products? Nobody. But yeah, it's not. And like I hit on just a little while ago, that few minutes every day of grabbing your comb, running through your beard, putting a little bit of oil on, and boom, suddenly I'm starting to feel a little bit better, feeling good about myself, thinking, hey, I don't look so bad, even though I'm red. Yeah, I'm looking like a crawfish. Yes, Dagan, thank you. Between you and my wife, I got out of my kind of a funk that I was in because of my redness. And yeah, I'm feeling better because, it's small achievements. Little achievements are still achievements. And if that was my only achievement for the day, it's still a good day because hopefully I've shared a little bit more with all of you out there and hopefully give you something to think about and helps your journey through this life, your not just your physical journey, but your mental journey. And, one of these things that points I'm supposed to touch on is, are men actually more high maintenance than women? Well, it depends. Some women just think throwing on a sweatshirt and a hoodie and sweatpants and putting a hat on over their head and they're going. Whereas some men get up an hour early, shower, exfoliate, trim the eyebrows. I need to. But, and then, fix the hair just right. And I used to be very vain about my hair when I was younger. In fact, I wouldn't even put hair gel and stuff in because it made my hair too crunchy. And I like to be able to just run my fingers through my hair. But anyway, before I go off on another freaking tangent, no, I don't have ADD or ADHD much. But yeah, men aren't as cheap as we claim. Rituals cost us. But in my opinion, my personal as well as professional opinion, it's worth it. Because it's worth it to my mental health. Okay, so it cost me a few extra bucks, but like I said, it's worth it to my mental health. And if you're out there in the working world, when you're feeling better about yourself, you're able to do more in most cases. And okay, so if you're feeling crappy all the time and only doing a minimal amount at your job, well, just think, you spend 30, 40 bucks a month on taking care of yourself, and all of a sudden you're performing at work. You feel better about yourself, so you're taking a little more pride in your job. You're doing your job better, and you have the potential to make more money because you are doing better. And when I say doing better, I don't just mean that, oh, I feel good. No, you're doing better physically, mentally, professionally. you can move on and move up the ladder. But you got to take care of yourself first. And, you know, I'm not gonna get deep into it, but do I spend more than my wife? Not yet. I get a lot of products for free, so I'm not spending more than my wife, but my wife does self-care also. And so I am as cheap as I claim because I'm not paying for a lot of stuff. Heck, man, my clippers, my trimmers to trim my beard, I got that for reviewing them. A lot of my beard products, I got that for reviewing them or winning giveaways. Even the shaver I use on my head, I got that to do a review. So, yeah, I'm blessed and lucky with all of that. And I realize not everybody is that blessed and lucky, but once I get this stream more streamlined and going well, then maybe, just maybe, I can start having products to give away. Yeah, giveaways. We like those. But yeah, Romy, man, you really are into the routine. Getting up 4 hours before you start work, hey, man, that's a good thing. You know, that's a good thing because I'm guessing that by the time you go into work, man, you're just like, boom, I'm here. I'm not just here. I am all the way here. And I'm sure you're performing better at work because you're feeling great, man. You're totally feeling great. And, Romy, I also wanted to tell you, man, I have no official word on this, but it appears that Kingfisher Grooming Company is not producing anything anymore. They're still on the shelves at Walmart, if you can find them. But I have done quite a bit of online research, and the only place you can call and find anything about them is the Kingfisher, Oklahoma Chamber of Commerce. And they're wondering what's happening over there. So, yeah, that's very, very upsetting to me. But I've still got some contacts in the small batch soap world that I'm going to check with them and see maybe somebody small batch makes a very similar soap. And then, of course, there are soaps that aren't quite similar, but just as good. So I'm going to check on that because that's one thing ChatGPT also didn't bring into the mix with what I was discussing is soaps. Because that's part of the routine. You know, I don't just jump in the shower and take a bar of good old fashioned, well, I'm not going to say the company name. I will use a synonym. I don't take a bar of knob or something you turn and use that. I use something a little more expensive, but something that smells a whole lot better. And yeah, in fact, I'm dreading showering. My shoulders are even worse. That's kind of why I hadn't been in the tub yet, because I'm not real big into pain. And Romy, if you raid the shelves, if you find anything when you're raiding the shelves, let me know, dude. I'll pay for shipping. But yeah, Kingfisher is not around. Doesn't look like it's going to be around anymore. And Ziggy, are you bragging about okay, Bath and Body Works? You have 2 shares of their stock. Oh man, you better go buy everybody go buy some Bath and Body Works products because Ziggy needs the money. And his 2 shares, you go buy a product, hey man, he might make 2 or 3 cents off of it. if we all go buy a product. So yeah, remember to do that, folks. And okay, for just throwing this together and winging it, I've been on live for 48 minutes now. And if normally I'd cut it short because we've gone past 9 o'clock. Ooh, Dagan's gonna be leaving. Love you, Dagan. Love you much, man. Much love. But if nobody has any questions, well, then I will wrap this up into a nice, pretty package and put a bow on it and tell you to stay tuned for next week. I have for sure one guest and another potential guest scheduled. We'll have to wait and see who it's going to be. It's dependent on who's able to make it. And next week, I think we're going to talk about podcasting. So you'll just have to tune in to find out. And yes, I will be on time next week. I promise. That is my promise to each and every one of you. I will be on time. And for those who missed it, hopefully they will catch the replay of this and see that. Hopefully, I'm hoping I gave you some decent information, something to think about. And if I didn't, well, throw tomatoes at me. Just remember to hit a thumbs up and whatnot. And also remember, as I keep stressing, be kind. Everyone is fighting their own battle, and not many people will say anything about it. But that simple smile, that hello, that hi, that what's up, or whatnot, could be the difference in somebody's day as well as their life. So be nice to each other. Why? Because you deserve it. Have a super great rest of the week. Don't forget to catch Dagan and I on Dagan and me, that would be the proper English, on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, for BGG's Hangout with the Bayou. That's over on BGG Dagan's channel, or is it BGG Grooming or BGG Reviews? I don't know. Look for BGG. And if you don't know, well, I just told you. So catch everybody later. Y'all have a super great week. Much love and respect.